Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today, man? I hope you're enjoying yourself. Welcome to another edition of In the Blender with your host, Shake Money. And I have a great episode for you today. As always, we have a guest that we interview, how they became a Dolphin fan. And we're almost at the end of season 1. I still have some good guests. I have El Capitan from the Finn's Tailgate still coming on. I have Bleezy 38. I still have Iceman in the works. I have color commentary. I have CB83. I have a slew of good guests coming. This is going to be a hell of a season 1. Can't wait for season 2 to kick off at the end of the Super Bowl next year. But, you know, we've had all kind of Dolphin fans, and today I am honored to be joined by the 2022 Dolphins Fan of the Year, the one, the only, Ali Dolphreaky. It is an honor to be, and an honor and privilege to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So how was it like to be, in the thumbnail, you have NorCal and you have Big E. What's it like to be in that good company?
They are just such great guys. Honestly, to follow in their footsteps is surreal and crazy. And to be the first female, fan of the year, it's not something that I ever expected.
Yeah.
But I'm in such great company with the both of them. They're doing so much for the community. Mark is actually one of the reasons why I'm even as embedded in the Dolphins community as I am, because he was planning year after year. He was doing fan club weekend. And so when I first moved down to Florida in 2014, I came to my first fan club weekend, and that's how I met pretty much everybody that I know now. So it's been incredible what he's been doing. And Big E, of course, has such a huge presence on Twitter and everything. And so we've become really close friends, over the last couple of years.
And I follow him also on Dolphins Talk. He's there with Mike Oliveira. And
yeah, they have a great show.
I see you there from time to time.
I've been on the show a couple times.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like I said, I was a how would you say, one of the people that they're on the guest, and I decided when me and Larry, we were doing panels, and I decided to branch off into my own. So I did. That's why I started In the Blender. And one of the reasons I wanted to, because I think the fan base is kind of divided right now. And it's kind of like renewing your vows. I kind of wanted to let people know why did we became fans of the Dolphins in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of great memories we've had, win or loss, we're at Dolphin games. A lot of great people we've met were because of the Dolphins. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
it's so much more than just the love for the team. It's a love for the family, and like it is such a tight-knit family. So I totally get it.
So one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here was because a lot of the guests that I've had interactions with previously, but you're the first one that kind of out of my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for coming on here. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this was because I would love to promote these beach bash that you're doing next month, because I'm from the West Coast as well. I've been living here since 2009. And I tell you what, there's not a lot to do here.
No, there's not a lot to do here. So that's kind of where I came in, because I was actually surprised to find out here in Southwest Florida, we didn't have a fan club. And I'm like, how is it possible to be so close, to be within an hour and 45 minutes from the stadium, and there's no established club here? Like, that was just, bizarre. And so, we just got a couple buddies together from Lehigh. So Keith Matheny and Griffin Van Nest from Naples. I'm also from Naples. We kind of got together and we're like, we want to have a club here where we can watch the games with our friends and not have to be at home watching it alone. And so we started Southwest Florida Dolphin Club. This is now our 4th season, I believe. It's hard to keep track as time flies. But yeah, it's been going great, and the membership has grown so much. And obviously word of mouth is very helpful. And we have a very established bar that we're at. So our watch parties for the away games are at Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs, and they've been just incredible. Just really, really a great spot to be at, and the atmosphere in there is awesome. And they let us paint the walls, Dolphins.
Oh, wow, really nice.
Oh yes, like we have our logo hand painted on the wall. It's just a really cool place to watch the games. But I think our big point, our big member get together every year is the off season beach bash, and so this is going to be the third annual beach bash. But it's a little bit different, than what we've done before, because this time it's not actually at a coastal beach, whereas in the past we've done the Sanibel Causeway both times. So the first year we did it at the Sanibel Causeway, and then the second year we did it there. But then we also followed it up with a bar crawl in Fort Myers Beach. But as many may be aware, we had Hurricane Ian this past October. So it kind of devastated that entire area. So the beaches just aren't really quite safe yet.
Yeah.
So that's what brought us to this concept for this year. So it's the beach bash and mud bash. And so it's going to take place at the Lazy Springs Recreation Park, which is an ATV park. So if you want to roll the footage or something, go ahead.
Yeah. This was from last year. I just wanted to give because I remember I had Batman from the Phin-Addict on here last week, and he was telling me how somebody proposed, and it's in this video. So I just wanted to show people the video to give them an idea what kind of atmosphere they have. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I didn't put the music on just in case, but yeah.
Yeah, so this was last year at the beach bash. But they're going to have, ATVs off-roading. You can bring your own ATV or you can rent there. And at this place, Lazy Springs, they have a massive lake, and it's, beautiful, clear water, and it's very safe, like public swimming area. And so, you can basically, you could bring your jet skis, your kayaks, whatever. You can swim. You can jump off these rope swings, and they have different like points where you can jump off. There's Batman. We had so much fun, and this couple got engaged last year. It was so awesome, and we usually have a pretty good crowd come out. But it's just a way to get the fans engaged during the off season. We have a lot of fun, lots of drinks, lots of food. Lots of talking the Dolphins, and this year we're camping. So this is going to be a 2-day event. If you guys, want to camp with us, you can bring an RV or a tent or whatever. Sleep in your car for all I care. But we'll have raffles, and we have different food packages that we're offering. So this is going to be something off the chain. I feel this is just different than anything we've ever done, but it's going to be so awesome.
I mean, look how fun that is. Regardless, really minus the beach, of course, but still.
Yeah. But still, like the place has a beach, it's just on a lake, so it's a little bit different, but still, no matter where we go, it's a party.
Yeah, damn right.
So you can buy the tickets at tailgreeter.com.
I have the link in the comments below, in the descriptions below. I have the link. So
a lot of hard work is going into this right now. So, Dolphreaky never rests. I'm always doing something, and there is no off season for me. So the beach bash is definitely like, it's just something that I take pride in, and I'm looking so forward to it. June 10th through the 11th.
Okay, June 10th through the 11th. And of course, you're a mother of two, and you're you have this. You're always in the gym, so it's like, I
wear many, many, many hats. Wife, mother of two, full-time pharmacist, full-time fan of the year, gym addict, you name it. And I'm just, I'm kind of everywhere in terms of, dolphin activities. I really, I just want to, I want people to have fun, So like you have the game, obviously, and then you have like activities, surrounding the game. So I'm very active in the tailgates and, watch parties and things like that. And so, I just want to be, as involved in the Dolphins as possible. And, I do a lot of charity work. I have my own charity. And so, it's just really, I really have a good time doing things. And I like doing podcasts and things like that too.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And like I said, one thing about keeping busy, it's fun. I I just recently with Batman, I co-hosted the draft party with him, and I got to meet Solo D. I got to
Yeah.
meet Salvan Ahmed, and
How
it's
was it? Like I haven't heard how it was.
it was really. I mean, it wasn't crowded, but it had a good vibe. The people were good. I met Cap for some of the people that, like I said, I started in the chat section before I came up on this end, and some of the people that I've chatted with for years because of TD or because of your boy Stephen D.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I finally got to see them face to face, and it is something different. You know what I mean?
Yep. For
Um,
sure. And we're blessed to have platforms like this because it wasn't until, like around COVID time that podcasts in the dolphin community really started to take off. And now like we could talk and like if I see you out in the tailgate or I see you at the game or whatever, like we're instantly friends now.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I've had Chef Jew. I've
Yes.
had Miss Pamela. I've had some wonderful. I mean, it's like,
Great.
and
Yeah.
it's not just YouTubers, but I've had panelists, people that I've, like I said, and now it's time to ask you the $1,000,000 question that I asked everybody: what made you a Dolphin fan?
My dad. So I know everybody has like a variety of different stories, but mine's pretty typical, I think. My dad was a huge Dolphin fan growing up, and so it was only, natural that he made me one too. But I think what's different about this story is that we grew up in Pennsylvania. It wasn't like we were growing up in Miami going to the games.
Hmm.
So I was a displaced Dolphins fan for most of my life. And with him and I, it was just like our way of bonding. And Sundays were just always about the Dolphins, and you couldn't convince him otherwise. And there was no pulling him away from the TV on Sunday.
Of course,
So the
I'm
only
the
way
same
to get
way.
the only way to get access to dad was to, do the Dolphin thing. So he started teaching me the game, and we just started watching together. And then he started bringing us to the games once a year. We would go down to Miami for a game, and it just changed my entire life. Like I was enamored with the entire atmosphere, the fans, being able to physically see the team in front of your face, everything that like a game day atmosphere has to bring is so amplified in Miami, and it's just so much fun. So I looked forward to that every year. And then I guess when I like really, really started to get into it, I started dressing up, and then ultimately I moved to Florida because I just wanted to be, I wanted to be a season ticket holder, and I just wanted more. I wanted to be a part of the atmosphere and help the team win and do whatever I could to, be a part of that.
That's understandable. Before we get to more, I just want to give a few quick shout outs. Scott Jackson, what's going on? How you doing? My man Raphael Courtwright, Crazy Dolphin, color commentary. What's up?
Lots of friends in the house.
Yeah, if I could see the light.
What's up, guys?
Greg, and of course Liz. Of course, according to her, it's her husband made her a Dolphin fan. So
Nice. Yeah, so my husband is not a football fan at all, and like a lot of people think that he's the reason that I'm into football as much as I am, and it's actually quite the opposite. But he didn't have a choice. He was a blank slate when we met, and
Mhm.
now he is a Dolphin fan. Sorry, but you don't have a choice, and neither do the kids. The kids are
Yes.
named after the Dolphins. I'm like, nope.
What,
And
what what are the names?
Mia. So Mia is 6 years old.
From Miami,
And
right?
yeah, obviously
Hmm.
MIA. And then Jace is named after Jason Taylor. I wanted to,
Nice.
I wanted to name him Finn, but my husband was like, okay, like you're taking it too far. That's not happening. Come up with something else. So we decided to go, with my favorite players. So it was always Jason Taylor growing up. And I like the name Jace, it's just JACE, short and sweet. But when they're really mad at me, they're like, I'm not going to be a Dolphin fan anymore. And
Wow.
they like know
Get the-
exactly what to say to like get at me. But luckily they don't know who the rivals are yet, so they can't take it that far. They're still too young and just still learning it.
Well, I got a coworker, and he's a Patriots fan, and I think one of the funniest things in the world that his daughter is a Dolphin fan now
Wow.
because
Ouch.
she was into Dolphins. She was into Dolphins, so now she's a
Yep.
Dolphin fan. And I bought her. I gave it to him. I said, I got her own Dolphin shirt.
Oh. I
He's
feel
like, here.
like, I feel like our colors and everything are very appealing to young girls. So that's like one thing we have going for. I mean, look at
Yeah.
our colors. Like they just pop.
Yes,
But
like
yeah,
I love Aqua.
and we have a lot of great female super fans who are like very visible in the community and doing things, especially for the kids. And so, whenever I see like young dolphin girls out there, I'm just like, we need to talk. Let's talk about this, And so, I like seeing the kids out there.
So, how long have you been a season ticket holder?
So this is my third year as a season ticket holder, and it's crazy because it sounds ridiculous. Like I feel like I've been a season ticket holder for years and years because um my work schedule is actually very demanding. And so I typically am scheduled to work every other weekend. And so it wasn't until like maybe the last couple years that work finally started to realize like, oh, this is really important to her. We're gonna let her have her football Sundays off. So I use all
Yeah.
of my PTO, during the year during football season. But until then, like I wasn't really able to go to all the games. And so it's just been recently that I've been able to actually attend all the home games. So the season tickets became really worth it. But I've been going to games since I was in high school. It started off with just once a year. And then when I finally moved down in 2014, I was going to about 6 or 7 home games. I was like paying, like 350, 400 a ticket.
Holy
And so
moly!
I was paying like more for 6 games than I was for season tickets. So ultimately, like I ended up just doing that. But yeah, so that's why.
So, what kind of advice would you give somebody like myself that's on the West Coast now? Because I was born and raised in Carroll City, which Carroll City I will never call it the other one. Starts with it. No, never. But at any rate, so now that I'm on the West Coast of Florida, what if let's say if I was to buy season tickets, what's the best advice to give somebody that lives? Because I know it must be a pain in the ass because you have a long journey.
Yeah.
It's not like you're down the street.
Yeah, it's about an hour and 45-minute drive. But to me, that drive just goes fast because I'm just pumped up on adrenaline, like on the way over. So I mean, like what kind of advice for like a long distance
Yeah.
season ticket holder? I mean, obviously I know, some people get season tickets and they're not able to make every game. You do what you can, but the main thing is if you can't go, please try to get your tickets into the hands of another Dolphin fan. Don't post them
Yes.
on the public platforms, Ticketmaster and everything. Like it's just an open market. And, oftentimes we see that the season tickets are being occupied by away fans, and that ruins our home field advantage, which is already, a struggle. So just try to get your tickets into, Dolphin fans' hands if you can. That would be my biggest advice.
So what being you 3 years there, or when you started going fast, what's your 5 greatest memories of being at Dolphin games? What would it be?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. So definitely my top memory was this year when I was presented with Fan of the Year at the tailgate, and it just completely took me by surprise, and it was just such a surreal way they went about it. And to have all your friends and everything like around and celebrating, it's like humbling and crazy and all of that. So that was definitely one of my favorite all-time that was the Steelers night game this past year. So that
Hmm.
was a lot of fun. It's something I'm always going to remember. Um some of my other favorites. So I was not at the Miami Miracle. So I wasn't physically there. I wish I had been, but I was at home. That was one game that Dad and I decided to stay home and just watch it together and like kind of
Okay.
be like old times. And so it's still special,
Hmm.
like to do that. But I've done 2 tailgate weddings at East 12, and both of those have been just so beautiful and memorable. And the news comes out and like just like a huge crowd of people flooding East 12 to celebrate. So Chef Jew and Monica got married at East 12 this past year. And it's like one of those things that like, some people call it tacky, but like it
Hmm.
was so viral. Like it was all over Instagram, Twitter, like hundreds of thousands of views and comments and congratulations and everything. So it was really just such a cool thing. And then the prior year, I married Sandy and Dean. And
Hmm.
that was my first time ever doing anything like that. But it's just really, really cool to be able to celebrate 2 dolphins falling in love at a Dolphin game in front of the stadium at one of the best tailgates in the stadium. Like it was just
Yeah.
really, really, both of them were so memorable and special. And you know,
Yeah.
I won't forget those either.
Yeah. There it is, the Chef Jew.
Yeah, yeah, they were so sweet.
Yeah, because when I talked to him, because one of the things, that's one of the main things. Chef Jew was the only guest that I have that's going to be 3 hours because of Chef Jew. Because Chef Jew doesn't really appear on
No,
platforms,
never. You know, he's
so
like a
I'm gonna
big
take
support
advantage.
person, you know, with Stephen D's show, like he's a huge support person there, but it is rare to see him get on.
Yeah, so I had to take full advantage of
Yeah.
him being on.
Good.
And when I did like a pre-interview with him, and one of the first thing he said was, "It's all thanks to you." He wanted out. I gave him the link so he could come up. He might come up here and thank you. You know what I mean later on. But he said one of the reasons this all happened was because you. And he said because you married a prior. What went into that? So how did what goes into doing that? A wedding in.
Yeah, a lot. A lot goes into it because it's such a non-traditional spot. So like there, you know, I have to bring a stage and a trellis, you know, and flowers and you know, so what I learned a lot from Dean and Sandy's wedding. It happened to be a day where it was like a windstorm, and so everything
Oh
that
shit.
I had set up was blowing everywhere, and we were improvising, and like the tailgate, like a lot of people came together to help like solidify it, so I needed a lot of help. And so with Chef Jew's wedding, I kind of was able to simplify some of the stuff, so I didn't have as much setup work to do. And so I did change some things around with theirs. But with Dean and Sandy's, like I went and got plywood, and we made a platform, and we had an aisle runner. Like we had all this, like, you know, I was working on it for months. And then obviously you need alcohol at a wedding, so you know, I buy
Mm-hmm.
all this alcohol, and like the traditional stuff that you have at a wedding. So like Chef Drew and Monica had bridesmaids and groomsmen all decked out in their dolphin gear. So there's, you know, bouquets and corsages that need to be made for that sort of thing. And of course you need a cake. And so we have a dolphin, you know, colored cake. And you know, there were certain elements that I was thinking of the couple specifically. You know, like Chef Drew and Monica, they really like bling. So I wanted to make sure they had like a very blingy cake topper versus, you know, Dean and Sandy, where I went more of like a Dolphins, you know, helmet type of cake topper. So there's a lot that goes into it, but mostly it's like literally buying any type of orange, white, or aqua fancy flowers, like wedding stuff that I can I can find. And so, you know, for Chef Drew and Monica, I had custom shot glasses, you know, with their stuff on it. And it just, you know, it's fun for me because I like being busy with like fun, crafty stuff. So like it
Okay.
doesn't feel like a task at all. And when you see, you know, it's crazy. Like the news comes out, you know, they interview the couple and they, you know, they record the thing, and then Stephen D and Karen Uteg married them, and so it's always very emotional. And then you know there's usually a DJ that gets involved for the songs, and it's just, you know, there's a lot going on there, and it ends up so nice. So I don't
Yeah.
think I'll be doing one this year because it is a lot of work. And following up with the last season that I had as fan of the year, I was just so busy. Like I'm still exhausted. So I'm not trying to
Yeah.
jump into another wedding right quick.
You need at least a off season.
I do. I literally do. But like I said, there's no off season for me. Like it's my own fault. You know, nobody's making me do this. I love it. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust me. What's it say? If you do what you love, you never work a day
Yeah.
in your life.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, what are the other greatest moments besides the weddings and the?
Okay, so I don't know if like a lot of people remember this, but there was it was right after the Bucks had won the Super Bowl and the Dolphins played in Tampa, and you know, we went to the game, and their game day atmosphere was just so over the top. They were, you know, throwing t-shirts, beads, koozies, sunglasses, like everything at the fans. You know, they had
Mm-hmm.
their known super fans were up in this pirate ship, and they're throwing things down to the kids, and you know they're firing off cannons, and their little Buccaneers hype squad is, doing the most down there, trying to hype up the crowd. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, like this is nothing like the experience in Miami. Like they used to do t-shirt tosses. They used to have the mascots, Air TD used to come out and jump on the top of his head upside down. And he used to, peck the away fans. It was fun stuff for kids, but it was
Mhm.
like, and it's not super meaningful to adults, but at the same time, like that was a lot of the appeal of going to the game as a kid. And it solidified me liking to go to the game, and you'd leave with a t-shirt or, you got something to take home. And especially going back to Pennsylvania, I'd go home with my Dolphin t-shirt, all
Yeah.
excited. And I'm like, yeah, like I went to Miami and I got this shirt and I'm a Dolphin and everything, you know? And so I came home. Oh, and this was right after I had talked to one of the Finns Force, which is like our hype squad at the stadium. I had talked to one of those members at the game, and he's like, look at this. Like, look what's going on here. Like, they completely shut this down in Miami. In fact, a lot of the members quit. They got rid of the mascot, and this was all like post-COVID. So, obviously, I know a lot of things had to give because of COVID, but like, why
Of
not bring
course.
it back to the way it was once once we were able to attend games again? So I
Mhm.
ranted and raved on the internet, and it was completely, I didn't mean to do it publicly, but I'm
Mhm.
I'm getting ready for work. I'm sitting at my makeup stand and I'm, typing this thing furiously on my phone because I just needed to get it out of my brain and into my phone. So I wasn't like,
Mhm.
fuming when I went to work. And my husband's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just have to get this out. So, I'm talking to my phone and he's like, you need to post that. And I'm like, no, because I don't want to shed any sort of negative light on the Dolphins. I don't want them to think that I'm, bitching or like,
Mhm.
whatever. So I did post it on Facebook and I thought, well, like those are like my, closest friends there. It's not so public, it's like a closed
Mhm.
format social media. Okay. So I post it there. I go to work and my phone is just like bzz, 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 going off. And I'm like, what is going on? Next thing you know, I look at my phone and it's just like notifications down here, then Twitter, then Instagram. So people had copied and pasted the rant, reposted it, shared it, tweeted it,
Whoa.
posted it to Twitter, posted it to Instagram. So like even though I didn't post it on those platforms, it went there and
Mhm.
everybody was sharing the same sentiment. They're like, yeah, the atmosphere in Miami sucks. Like we have no, fan support on defense. Nobody even knows like when you're supposed to be quiet, when you're supposed to cheer. Nobody knows the rules. There's no hype people to like try to help the new fans out. There's no, giveaways. There's nothing, everybody was just sharing like the same kind of thing. And I was like, this was after, so we were starting to have that losing streak in the beginning of that season. And so I'm just like, if the fans are not happy and the fans don't want to go to the game, like the team is not going to feel love and appreciated. And they're just gonna be like, well, the fans don't give a shit. We're just getting paid. So we don't care either. So, I was coming at it from a point of like, we need to get new fans coming in. We need to get the experience up in hopes the team will start winning again. Right.
Exactly.
So I want to say it was like the Jets game. It was one of these games. And, there had been no mascot up until that point. And this rant goes wild, and I'm at the tailgate and the Dolphins come and they're like, where's Dolphreaky? Where's Dolphreaky? And, some people come and get me and I rush up there and TD comes out. And this is the first time TD had like been around for like a year or two. And I just like swooped into his arms, and it like they, they
Mhm.
had the whole thing. And it was just such a dopey thing, but it was like something
Yeah.
that I would remember forever. Like, my voice had been heard by the Dolphins. And, they made it a point to like bring TD out to like be like, hey, like we heard you, we get you. And so then after that, they started doing more giveaways and they started doing the t-shirt tosses again. And like things
Power
just
to the
started
people.
like things just, and I'm like, that's the power. Like if you have something, you have some grievance that you want to put out there about the team, no matter how insignificant it might seem, like the rest of the fans might share in that sentiment. So say it, you never know. And because people were doing radio shows about the rant, people were doing podcasts. I was like constantly, I was doing podcasts like that whole week about the rant. Pamela, she and I did a show like the day after the rant and she was going off about it. Like everybody was like feeling the same way. And when the fans all are cohesive and they feel something about some way, like the Dolphins will listen. So that was cool. So that's like in my top 4.
And by the way, I just want to clarify, it's TD the mascot, not TD's Fins Talk. No, just joking. Go ahead.
TD, the fuzzy mascot dolphin. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay, I cannot.
Okay.
This is definitely like, this is probably number 2. I can't believe I almost forgot this, but
Okay. No, in no particular order.
at the end of last season, the last game, the game where everything was on the line and we were playing the Jets for this playoff spot, they the Dolphins asked if I would be the chant starter for the game. And I'm like, I didn't even know there was a chant starter. Like, I didn't even know that was such a thing.
Okay.
So I didn't know exactly what I would have to do, but I literally got to go down to the field and, commingle with the players' wives and families and everything, waiting for this moment, and it was awesome. Like, I saw the waddles down there, and the players are warming up right in front of your face, and Garfinkel and Stephen Ross are right there, like within arm's reach, and I'm down there, just taking it all in. And then then they're like, okay, like this is gonna get weird, but like just stay right here because they're gonna kick everybody else out and you're gonna stay. And I'm like, okay. So literally that's what happened. Like, everybody just left instantaneously, and there I am standing with the field before me. The stadium is packed. Like, everybody's there because it's a huge divisional game, last game of the season. Everything's on the line, and I can hear people screaming my name from the stands. Dolphreaky. And I'm going. And then I get up there and I say, "Let's go Dolphins," 3 times with TD the mascot by my side. The crowd yells it back every time I say it. And it was just like definitely one of the best moments of my life to have been able to do that for our fan base when everything was on the line. And it was such an important time for the fans to be hype. And I was able to be the person to start that. And then we won. And then we won and we made it to the playoffs, and it was just so like amazing and sweet. So
yeah,
yeah.
it was. That was a great game.
Yeah.
I hate the Jets not as much as I hate the Bills, but yeah, they're up there.
But still.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, I would like to show a few pictures of your Instagram, just
Sure.
as a few talking points, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. All right, we have some pictures here. Here we go. That's NorCal. Zach Thomas. Is that the bike ride?
Yeah. So I'm a big proponent of the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. And so this was my 3rd ride, and Zach Thomas happened to be there. And, we were all dying for him to get into the Hall of Fame. So like the support was running strong for him. Like we had been petitioning for the whole year, big signs and everything, get Zach in the Hall and everything. And so then to be able to meet him, and, this was February, I think it was. So it was super surreal, to be able to. So I was at the NFL honors when they announced that he's getting in and stuff. So it was just like super emotional to be able to even just see him in person. And he's just like one of my idols from my childhood. And my dad was there at the DCC, and I walk up to Zach, real nervous, like, and I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Dolphreaky. I'm the fan of the year." He cuts me off. He's like, "I know who you are," and I'm like, "Ah!"
That's what's up.
I'm like, "No shit." I'm like, "You know who I am?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're like Dolphin Barbie or something, aren't you?" And I'm like, I was like, "No, I'm Dolphreaky, whatever." But I was like, we were just talking, and I was just like, you were a big part of my early fandom and stuff, and like, I'm really stoked for you to be in the Hall of Fame and everything. And it was, it was cool. And my dad was just like, so my dad, he doesn't really come around to the games so much because he's like, going to the games with you is a little much. So the fact that like, Zach Thomas is standing there and taking pictures with us, and like the fact that he knew who I was, my dad was just like you can even see in the pictures, like my dad just like the whole time. So it was just fun, but he's a really cool guy.
How's my McDaniel like in person? Did you get
McDaniels is great. McDaniel, so I had met his wife when I was doing the chant starter thing. I met his wife on the field and she was like, "You're the fan of the year." And I'm like, "You're the coach's wife." And so she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I have social media, but he doesn't. He's very like, into the game as he should be. He doesn't want distractions. He doesn't want to know what the media is saying and stuff like that." She's like, "But I hear and see everything." And so I had interacted with her before. So I ran into him at the DCC and, he looked at me and, he always has something very profound to say or,
Yeah.
something like just the way that he is, you never know what he's going to say. And so he's like, I told him, I had thanked him because he wrote me a letter for when I went to the NFL honors. They gave me this letter and, he was basically thanking me for representing Southwest Florida Dolphin Club and, repping as fan of the year and everything. So I thanked him for the letter. And he's like, "I'm a fan of fans, especially fans that are chosen by the fans." And I was just like, goosebumps.
Oh, boosties.
Yeah. And I was just like, "Oh my God, thank you." I didn't want to, bother him too long. All my interactions are quick. Like, it's not like I
Yeah.
sit down and have dinner with these people.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But,
So like
yeah.
like you said, Tua, Peter Schrager,
Yeah.
and the one that really
I had a year.
Roger Goodell,
Yeah.
and of course Joy Taylor.
Yes. Oh, I love her so much.
As a matter of fact,
You should ask
back
her to be
in
on the show.
huh?
You should ask her to be on the show.
As that's the story I was going to get to right now. Back in 2004, 2005, I worked at a university, Barry University, and I worked there for a couple of years. And I was on this, and because one of the benefits of me working there was I got to go to school for free.
Mhm.
And there was an internet radio show called WBRY, which was an AM radio show. I did hip hop interviews. My name was DJ Shake. Okay. And I interviewed the three people I interviewed of note was I interviewed Plies, who's from Fort Myers.
No way.
I interviewed Wiz Khalifa. He was doing it wasn't Black and Yellow. Yeah, it was Black and and Say Yeah was the song. This was way before he blew up. And of course, the owner of Slip and Slide. I went to South Beach. I went to his office. One of the things I regret is not taking more, like taking pictures and taking more recording memories of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's neither. I'm not making that same mistake twice. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But at any rate, there were two people that were there while I was there because I was a worker. Again, they were students actually taking communication. You know what I'm saying? One was Tobin. He used to do a sports show, and the other was Joy Taylor. And
Incredible.
I tell you what, let me tell you something. I was gonna do a show because see what happened was when you in the dorms, it was channel 16 in the dorms. So all you did was see me. You hear the music, and all you're doing is see me. You see the person there behind the booth. So all you're doing is seeing me like this and hearing the music. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it really wasn't that much of appealing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at any rate, so I thought of an idea. What if I pre-recorded DVDs and play music videos? And unfortunately, I got fired. I'm not gonna say why, but it was something with Mary Jane. But anyway, she was one of the DJs. I was gonna produce it, and she agreed to be one of the DJs. She did the pilot episode, and I have it here somewhere. Eventually, I'm gonna. But no, I'm telling you, she is the person you see on TV. She is the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
She is
I could tell.
a very humble person. And I got to see Jason Taylor in person because he went to her graduation.
Oh, nice. I've never met him. Like, that's my bucket list thing I still need to do.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I tell you what, you're like, it's like he's so thin in person. You're like, wow, how did he get all those sacks?
Yeah.
But
But even
I
still, he's
mean,
in such great shape now. And Zach Thomas too. Like I think I was like watching. I was looking at his muscles, and I'm like, how old are you now? And you're like still so fit.
yeah.
Amazing.
But anyway, we have two more. I have two segments that I usually do. Then, we'll call it a day. And again, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
I'm glad you asked that question about the top 5 games, because now I'm just like so happy, like reminiscing on that.
Oh yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, so here we go. This is the numbers game. I'm gonna ask the people in the chat to come up with some numbers, and you tell me the first Dolphin player that comes to your head. Again, there's no right or wrong answers for this number. So if anybody, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna use this one. 17.
Tannehill.
Tannehill?
Yeah.
Okay, 27.
Oh, 27. Oh my God. I can't think of a 27. 27? I don't know.
We had Terrell Buckley, Kalen Mirage.
Terrell Buckley.
27.
Oh my.
Okay, how about 21? Oh, 31.
31. Oh my God, you guys are like putting me on like the spot. Like these guys were not people you'd remember, right? 31. Can we switch it around and make it 13?
Sure, why not? Let's do
Marino.
13.
Yes.
How about 52?
52. Oh, I almost said Joey Porter, but he was 55. Oh my God. 52. Somebody from D-line. I don't know. 52. I'm trying to think my jersey collection, because I have like 69 or 70 jerseys in my collection. Who's my 52? I don't think I have a 52.
Oh, you could think the one that comes to mind is the Channing Crowder.
He wasn't 52.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's 52. Channing Crowder. The reason I know that is because I'm a diehard Gator fan.
I met Channing Crowder once at a draft party. I don't know why they don't do the draft parties in the stadium anymore. I guess because now like the F1 and all that stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But whatever it was it was the last draft party that they had in the stadium. I feel like it was around the COVID season. Yeah, he was there. I was like, dang. It's not every day you run into him, but I know he's like, he's doing podcasts and shows and stuff. So, I guess he's still pretty visible with the fans.
The one cool thing about him, I remember, I know this because I heard this. I got a lot of confirmation is because I remember back in the day, they used to practice out in Nova University.
Yeah.
And right after practice, there was a big pond there, and he would be fishing every day after practice. Huh. Like he was one of those.
I wouldn't have taken him for a fisher.
Yeah.
I'm just getting my kids into fishing now.
That's nice. The only thing I hate about fishing is you just got to wait all that time. Well, at least in the summertime. In the summertime, especially when you're...
Oh my God, tell me about it. So we have a little lake back here, and so we were like, let's just get the kids kind of interested in it, but they don't like the waiting aspect of things. I got lucky the other day. Like after 3 casts, I got a fish. I'm not going to gloat about this fish because it was like this big. But yeah, so the kids are like, well, why does it take so long? And I'm like, it's all about outsmarting the fish.
Oh yeah. I mean, but also just like we talked about the dolphin games, it's about the memories that you create while you're fishing.
Oh yeah.
Stories.
You're right.
And the bonds that you make, you know what I mean?
Especially with your family. Yeah, I agree.
I guarantee you, your kids 10 years from now, 20 years from now, they're going to be like, let's say, for instance, they're in college, whatever, they're going to look at a pond and then they're going to reminisce when they went fishing with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And vice versa. You know what? I know like they're going to have a lot of Dolphins memories too, because like, even though they haven't been to a game yet, and I'm still kind of like debating whether I want to try to bring them to the preseason game this year. It's just a lot, like there's a lot going on. The tailgate is not necessarily someplace safe for small children. It's very crowded. There's things being passed around and stuff. So I haven't really been wanting to bring them, but Mia actually sat me down. She's like, I need to talk to you in the Dolphin room. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay. And she's like, you need to sit down for this. I'm like, okay. So I sit on the bed. She sits on the couch and she's like, I need to know why you're not bringing me to the Dolphin games when kids are allowed to go. And I said,
Dun
I
dun
know,
dun.
I know kids are allowed to go. And a lot of kids do go, but a lot of people's moms are not getting bombarded by people all the time, and taking pictures. And I
Mhm.
know how you guys are, you want snacks, you need everything like instantaneously. There's no, oh, hold on, honey, like you need it now. And I'm like, that's going to be a situation where you guys are going to be probably waiting a little while. And she's like, I get it. And so I bring them to the Southwest Florida watch parties. They're always there. And Mia's actually a huge help. My son Jace, he's just not really quite into it yet. And he's still very young, and he's got autism. So there's some little bit of like delay with him sometimes. So Mia's been my primary helper with the watch parties. And I'm just trying to get them integrated, and like I want them to love it, but I'm also like afraid that they might grow up to resent it if they're like, oh, well, I don't like the Dolphins because my mom cared about the Dolphins more than us. And
Yeah.
so a lot of people just don't understand, why I don't go out on weeknights and things like that. Like I have a lot of single friends that want to do things all the time. And I'm like, listen, like I got to devote this time to the kids because come football season, they don't see me a lot. So in the off season, I like need to spend a lot of time and give them as much love
Mhm.
as I can.
Well, it's like I tell my brother, I don't have any kids. I don't want any. I mean, if I do get them, it is what it is. But my brother has 2 kids, and I tell him he loves spending time with his daughter. I said, listen, enjoy it while you can, while they still want to be seen with you.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing too, because like I bought so many cute little dolphin outfits for Mia, and she's just like, no, mom, like I don't want to do that. I don't want to wear that. That's too much. That's too over the top, and this and that. And
Yeah.
I'm just like dying. I'm like, but it would be so cute on you. Like, I bought her these little sequin orange pants. They
Yeah.
were so like everything that like I would wear.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be like Dolphreaky game day attire if they
Mhm.
only made it in my size. And she was
Yeah.
literally like, no, I don't like those, and I'm never gonna wear that. And I'm like,
Hey.
it's hard.
I,
It's hard parenting, okay? Like you
yeah, I
can't
know.
always like enforce like all of your, wants and
Yeah.
dreams on them.
But you know what? I'm proud of you that you're letting them find their own path. That's
I'm
awesome.
trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying. Parenting's hard. It's not there's no
Yeah.
manual on it, and especially
Yeah.
like
No.
in this day and
Exactly.
age, ugh, it's crazy.
I don't envy you, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, I'm trust me. I know you love every minute of it.
I
All right,
do.
78.
78.
I'll give you a hint. He's the reason why we got Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Oh fuck. Oh,
No,
is there a swear jar?
no swear jar. This is you. Fuck is fine. You fine.
The guy who smoked the thing. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name right now? I'm having such a brain fart.
Hey,
The guy who smoked the thing.
I'll give you half a credit. I'll give you half a credit.
Ah,
Laramie Tunsil.
thank you. I almost called him Jeremy.
Jeremy. Oh man, now he's I'm gonna petition to build him the statue right next to Dan Marino when we win the Super Bowl.
I know, but think about the implications of that entire thing, how it trickled down to where we are now. Oh my god. That's
All right,
crazy.
and last but not least, I'm gonna throw you a softball.
Give me a
99.
99. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Jason Taylor.
Are you sure that was him?
I promise.
Okay.
I just
All
saw
right.
a pink Jason Taylor jersey on Mercari, and I'm like resisting the urge to press because you can't find the pink jerseys are just not really a thing anymore.
There you go, Raphael.
Thank you, Raphael. The guy who smoked the thing.
By the way, there's no swear jar here. I mean, I don't curse as much, but I mean, I try to keep it to a minimum.
I do curse a lot, and I try to keep it down when like the kids are around, but definitely on podcasts because you just never know. But you could just bleep that.
No, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, by the way, before we, because all the guests we build an ultimate team. Okay, of so you pick the formation, you pick the offense, you pick the wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Just of the room rule is
This is too hard for me.
no. I'll help you out. And the one rule, it has to be a Dolphin for 1 year. Okay.
Wait, what?
He has to be a Dolphin for 1 year.
Okay. Well, that's
So
fine
no,
because pretty much everybody we have is established.
yeah, no, but no. Who's that? What's his name? The guy we just got from the Rams. He doesn't count.
Jalen Ramsey.
There you go. Hey, see, you know about players.
Yeah.
No, the one thing I'm curious because I remember, like I said, I've seen you on many podcasts before.
Yeah.
And you say that the room you're in is like kind of like your guest room.
It is. It's my guest room and slash office, kind of.
Okay.
You don't want to see the mess that's going on down here.
Trust me, I have one over here too, so don't worry. How do you decide? Because I see some wigs back there. How do you decide which one and which wig you like? For instance, what made you put on the one that you're having on right now?
This is my comfort wig. This is the one you're most frequently going to see me in podcasts because it's like light. So in here, I'm like sweating because I have like the big light here.
Okay.
Someday I'll do a behind the scenes of like what it looks like from like over there. But there's a big light here and like it makes me sweat like crazy. So I wear the short wig and I usually wear, tank top or whatever when I'm podcasting. And this is kind of my party wig too. I don't really wear it to games. I think I maybe wore it to one game. But it's very comfortable. And what a lot of people don't realize, and this is sometimes why like I can't like form my words correctly or, get my like football facts straight up is because I have a constant migraine when I wear these wigs. Oh. And so this one doesn't give me as much of a migraine. But typically, and I know you probably can't really see it, but like up here, I have all my helmets and stuff. So like there's multiple different combinations of game day wear here. Mm-hmm. And it just depends on what's going on with the team. So, if it's October, I'm usually wearing some sort of pink. That pink wig, actually, I've never worn the pink wig to a game. I usually just wear the blue hair now because it's just kind of like become the staple of Dolphreaky. Like, that's what people expect, I guess. And so I do have many, many different versions of the aqua wig. So I have like, you can see there's a couple different ones. And then the orange one was just an experiment. I felt like I should have one, right? Like I should have an orange one, but it
secondary color.
It just doesn't feel like me when I wear it. So I did wear it for a podcast and, it was fine. When I wore it for a watch party, I don't feel like it's my whole vibe. So I haven't really worn that one that much, but normally like it depends on whatever's going on with the team. If it's like salute to service, you're more inclined to see me wearing my military helmet or one of my pink helmets if it's breast cancer. So my mom is a survivor, 2-time survivor. Wow. And that's a big reason of like why I do the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. So I wear the pink a lot and I have a whole different variety of pink outfits for that. And my Zach Thomas jersey is pink too. Which worked out great because this past year we did a whiteout and that happened to be in October and my jersey's pink and white, so that worked out great. There's a few, so there's one that I made just for the Super Bowl and like all the fan of the year activities, and so that one has a fin on the top and I like it so much I'm like I might just add a fin to all of my hard hats, but the hard hat thing came around during the stop tanking or like the tank for Tua season or like whatever the heck you want to call it. Just because I felt like, okay, we're definitely like in a construction phase in the team. We're kind of building from the ground up. We didn't really know what we were going to be doing at quarterback and stuff. And then of course they start tanking. And I mean, I'm not going to debate whether we were or whether we weren't, that's definitely like a dividing point of the fan base, but like ultimately like how it went down, like led us to where we are now. So whatever. But I had a stop sign that said stop tanking. And so then like the construction theme just became part of my get up. And so then, people started making me helmets. Big shout out to Christian Mora, who does all the big dolphin chains you see, the custom chains. He does those helmets for me too. So I've made some helmets myself and he's done some. I even have, and not a lot of people know this, I have a little Viking hard hat back there in the very, very back. The Vikings fans gave me gave me
Okay.
one. They're like, we know you're never gonna wear this, and that's okay, but like we just wanted to have it, from us to you.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I have
I
some
mean, it is
cute things.
awesome.
I do. I have like a whole. I have to probably just do like a little video about this room because there's some really cool stuff in here. But one of the things is I have a wall that's dedicated to super fan stickers from people from all over the NFL. So it's not all Dolphins in here. Like there is some little bits and pieces of other teams, but that's part of the fun for me too, is being able to travel and meet new people.
That's awesome. And lastly, before we start the game, is I seen you with one person that's on my bucket list. I don't care if I ever meet a single Dolphin, but there's one person, because I wanted to meet Jim Mandich and I never got to. That broke my heart because I loved
Yeah.
Jim Mandich. I was such a big Jim Mandich fan. When I was watching the Dolphin game, when I was living in Miami, I would literally turn down the volume and play his audio instead.
Oh, yeah.
I was a huge Jim Mandich fan, and I'm seriously, it broke my heart that I can't meet him. But
Yeah.
however, I'm not gonna make this. Like I said, I'm not making the same mistake twice. Is hell or high water, I'm gonna meet Kim Bocamper.
Yeah, I met him.
Yes, I know. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking jealous.
That was one of the things that I was just about to say, because I have like this little pink mini helmet that I took on the Finns fan cruise, and his signature is on there. But it's so sad that that Bocampers is actually closing down the restaurant. And that's where we always have fan club weekend. So it's kind of a bummer.
Well, I think certain restaurants, not all of them.
Yeah. I think the Fort Lauderdale one, I think the Miramar one might be staying, but they got rid of Naples. They got rid of Estero here.
Are
I don't
you
know if
shitting
there's.
me? I didn't know there were there. I was here for fucking 10 years and I never knew this shit existed.
Yeah. Yeah. So Estero's been closed for a few years. And then our Southwest Florida watch parties were at Naples Boat Campers, which is like literally right down the road from me. And the manager was so cool there, Emily. She was like, there's a good chance that you might actually have Boat Camper come through here. And I'm like, well, make that happen like for one of our watch parties. But it was during COVID and they just couldn't survive. So
Yeah.
they closed
Damn.
it.
Damn. I'm depressed now. but no,
Yeah.
man, I definitely want to meet him one day.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm a big fan of. This is where in the fish tank podcast,
Mm-hmm.
where this is basically where I got the idea from, because what happened is they're talking about Dolphin memories by the players. I said, why don't I do one, but instead of for the players, by the fans, from the
Mm-hmm.
fan experience. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite guests, and I listened, like for instance, I've listened to countless times, was Kim Bocamper.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is hilarious, especially did you ever hear the draft party? How he got
No.
drafted? The drafted? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So back in '76, there was like 17 rounds, and of course there wasn't ESPN back then, so nobody knew. So anyway, he gets a call, and this guy says, "Hey, I'm such and such from the Cincinnati Bengals. How would you like to be a member of the Cincinnati Bengals?" He says, "Oh man, I would be ecstatic." And then all of a sudden the guy goes, "Fuck you." And he's like, "What?" It was a buddy of ours, and he hung up. And he's like, and he was so pissed. But then, of course, he got drafted by Miami Dolphins in the first round, and all was forgiven. He said whenever he goes back to LA and they have a card game, he says, "I'm ecstatic to play this card game." He was hilarious.
You know who else
So
has great stories too? Larry Zonka.
he does. Oh yeah, he does.
He's really, really funny.
He's a must follow on Twitter, by the way.
Absolutely. And I would recommend his book too. I'm about halfway through. I haven't finished it, but so far I was on the plane like reading it on the way to the Super Bowl, and I was laughing out loud. And my husband's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, he's so cute and funny." So he's definitely like a good read. His book is called Head On.
As a matter of fact, Larry K, who's he's this is his channel, Larry K, and I did a test. We did a test pilot, and one of the reasons why he became a Dolphin fan was because he's from Jersey. Was he read when he was a kid? He read Larry Zonka's autobiography, and that kind of what did him in. And everybody, he said, ever since then, everybody who he's come in contact, he made him a Dolphin fan. So he was kind of like the COVID of the Dolphin fan. You know what I mean? Just affecting people in the Northeast, which is pretty good.
Yeah, so, that is great.
So, all right, here we go. Who is going to be? Well, let's say you want me to give you the formation, or okay, we'll do a quarterback, 2 wide receivers.
Just put Tua down. End. Just put Tua down.
Tua.
We're not even. Just put Tua down.
Okay. Tua, starting quarterback. Okay. Running back.
Ooh, that new guy that we drafted, A-Chain, like that's intriguing. But I wouldn't do that.
He's a year. He has to be there for a year.
Oh, he has to be there for a year. You're right. All right. Okay. Let's go with Wilson.
Wilson? Okay. I like you. You're thinking outside of the box. Everybody's picks Marino and
Mostert. Oh, it can be an old player. It's not on the current roster.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can pick Pat Thigpen, Pat White. you have a laundry list of quarterbacks to pick.
Okay. So we're not just current roster.
No.
Okay, well, wait. Then I take back everything I said. I take back everything.
Okay.
Okay. Give me Marino.
Okay.
And Ricky Williams. Now I'm excited. No disrespect to the current. No disrespect to the current guys. It's just
Of course.
Okay, what's next?
All right, we're gonna do. Let's do a fullback.
Oh, who's that guy that we used to like back in the day? Lusaka Polite.
I have a story about him. I had a guest on here I met from the Dolphins Den. And his name is Anthony Pialucci. I finally got his name right. And he said he took his kid to the game for the first time. And back then, this was old school where you actually had a camera. There was no phones. You had a camera. And he asked, somebody said his name. He's like, oh shit, that is him. So what he did was, he said, hey, can I get your picture? He said, yeah, come on. So he went to go get his camera, and security was like, no, the game's about to start. You need to get back in your seat. And Lusaka Polite was like, hey, what's going on? And he was like, no, I can't because of security. He's like, hey, lady, get the hell out of the way. Get over here. So I'm like, that to me, after he told me that story, I like him even more. It's like,
and that's what always happens. Like when you have a story that goes along with a player, it definitely sways your opinion about them, like just like compared to whatever they're doing on the field. So say like, everybody like hates on Austin Jackson. They just, or say Igbenogany. Everyone hates him, right?
Oh, by the way,
if you had a nice story, you met him in a restaurant, he was nice to you. Now all of a sudden everybody's a fan. What the heck is that?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I am the founding president of the Noah's Ark fan club.
Are you?
Yes.
What? Wait, tell me about this.
Well, because Stephen D, all he does is talk negative about him. So you know what? I said, everybody wants Tua. I mean, you know what? I am going to be, and of course, Noah. So the first thing I thought, Noah's Ark. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a champion for Noah Igbenogany until he's not on this team anymore. So I am the president and founder of Noah's Ark.
So like my fan group, like not my fan group, my friends group, in our group chat despise him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna despise me too. I don't care.
These poor guys.
I know.
They don't stand a chance.
What's funny is I always say, hey, listen, we got a penguin, we got a cheetah, we got all these animals. What better place to put them in an ark? Yeah.
Right? So. Amen. And now we have a ram.
Yeah, exactly. The ark gets getting bigger.
The list goes on.
And then we had Mike Glennon, the giraffe. Come on.
Oh my god, I forgot about that guy. Oh, like the memes, like those couple weeks, like like where all those memes were going about him. Oh my god, I was dead.
Oh man. So all right, we have 2 wide receivers.
Okay, I definitely want Cheetah.
Okay.
But like if you're talking like all time, oh my god.
Again, it
It's
doesn't
so hard.
matter.
It's really hard to compare those guys from like say all like the legends from like the 72 team. It is so hard to compare football then to football now.
Yeah.
Like I could say fullback Zonka, right? But
Mhm.
I mean, he's kind of a beast. It's hard to know. Like okay, so all-time wide receivers. Let's just stick with Cheetah and Waddle.
Okay.
Let's just yeah.
Okay, that's a good combination.
Yeah.
Tight end.
Mm, okay, Dolphins. Like when I think of tight end, like I want to go outside the Dolphins with this.
All right. No, outside the
No.
box. No.
Okay. I don't know. We haven't really had like a big powerhouse tight end in a while that I can think of. I don't know. Who do you go with?
One of my if I had to pick a tight end, only like I said, only for sentimental values, I'm definitely riding with Jim Mandich.
Oh yeah, your boy.
Yeah. So Jim Mandich.
Fine,
Okay.
we'll have it.
And then what I'm gonna do is make it easier for you, because offensive, not too many people are really
Like no, there's never
offensive
like an
line.
offensive line standout.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the unicorn offensive line.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
Brandon Albert, Larry Tunsil, the Gator. I gotta put that out there. Mike Pouncey.
Yeah.
Um,
Pouncy.
um, damn, I can't forget on the other side, but they were good. Brandon, I promise you. No, Jawan James, and I forgot the other guy, but he was good. It was the unicorn. It was probably like one of the best offensive line we had in many years. You know?
And it's just been like such a pain point since then. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the year they finally come together.
Okay, I already know. I'm already putting it down. Jason Taylor
Yeah,
for one
put
of your
him
defensive.
in, put Zach Thomas in.
All right, who's your other defensive end?
uh mm-mm. Let's go with Wake.
Wakezilla. That's what's up.
Oh my god, I miss him. Whatever happened to him?
You know what? I noticed one thing. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he knew. Like for instance, when he was at press conferences, and I noticed like a lot of things. When he was at press conferences, he knows that the microphones were there. So what he used to do is every time he do a question, he'll
I
like when he
never
asked a question.
noticed.
Yeah, he was the only one. He was like we would do, and constantly, and when obviously with all everything recording, it probably left like a big pop in their ears. Like he used to always do this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So that was like his way of evading the questions?
no, I just think he was just annoying the reporters because obviously when you got the feedback, you hear.
Yeah. Oh, how weird. But like I never heard of he like had a formal retirement or
Yeah, he needs to retire Dolphin and be in the Ring of Honor, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. What a beast.
All right, we have Zach Thomas in the middle. Who do you got at your outside?
I don't know. You help me.
Okay, we got outside. We had Junior Seas. We had
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, poor guy.
yeah, I know. But you know what's funny is he calculated that the reason he shot himself in the chest is so they could examine his brain.
I mean, I get that.
And it's amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He was a good dude though. he was even though he played a short stint here, he was an amazing dude.
Yeah.
Outside Joy Porter.
Oh,
We had Joy
yeah.
Porter. We had let me see who else.
Never had his shirt all the way down.
No. I remember Brandon Marshall saying he had popcorn muscles, but let me see what's the outside linebackers here. Jason Phillips, if you want to he's a good outside linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
To pair with let me see. Zach one of my favorite players was Brian Cox, even though it wasn't a middle linebacker. Remember Brian Cox?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen all that footage. Was the Buffalo game?
Well, you want to put him in there?
Yep, do it.
All right.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah! And I have no injury on mine, so all right. The 2 defensive tackles.
All time.
Mm-hmm.
I have trouble recalling defensive players. I guess that's just because the hype is always on the offense, but
that's fine. Christian Wilkins is a good one.
Wilkins, Raekwon. It was like the Davis. Yeah, they were like the recent.
Keith Trailer.
Oh my God,
Tim
yeah.
Bowens.
We're going like way back now.
Manny Fernandez from the old school team.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tim Bowens was one of mine. He had 3 toe. They called him 3 toes.
Definitely put Wilkins in there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Tim Bowens was a Darryl Gardner. Yeah, Gardner.
You pick one.
And I don't
know. Oh, Sue.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
All right.
Put Sue in there.
Cornerbacks.
I mean,
Sam Madison, Surtain.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them? Okay.
Yeah.
And then finally, safeties.
Love that they're still with us too.
You got safeties. You got Brandon Jones. We have Rashad Jones. We have Jeremiah Bell.
Yes, Bell.
Jeremiah Bell. Okay. And lastly, I would say Minkah Fitzpatrick. Remember Minkah Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
Minkah. All right, there you go.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's recap. Was that Brian Greasy? No.
No. I mean, that's fine. Dan the Man Marino.
Okay. No Brian Greasy? Okay. Hey, second generation Dolphin.
Yeah.
Marino, Williams, Lusaka Polite, Hill, Waddle, and the Unicorn offensive line with Wake Zilla, Cameron Wake, and Jason Taylor. We have Ndamukong Suh, Wilkins, Junior Seau, Zach Thomas, Brian Cox. Then we have Sam Madison and Surtain, and Jeremiah Bell and Minkah Fitzpatrick. There we go.
What say the audience?
What do you think? They're happy that you didn't pick Tua. I could tell you that.
Yeah. Well, thank God I didn't think it was just current players. It's definitely got more interesting after that.
So once again, when is the bash?
June 10th to the 11th. So if you choose to camp overnight, we're running into Sunday. So it's coming up 3 weeks.
Let's see.
Paris. Yep. I am one of the original administrators of Dolphin Nation 305. Paris has done such a great job with that group. I haven't checked in a while, but I think that group is up to like 35,000 members now.
Wow.
It's just crazy. But he's such an entertainment factor, throughout the season. And, he's just like my brother from another mother. And he's been struggling with some health issues.
Yeah, I was going to ask him to be on, but I understand he's going through. So I'm just going to back off for now.
He probably still would do it. He likes to be busy and everything. But it's like we're trying to get him to slow down a little bit because he's a lot like me. And that, like, he likes the gym, you know, he likes to be doing his TikTok and everything. He's got a huge,
He's very
huge
funny.
following. He's very funny. He's always like coming up with something. We're like, just slow down, just, you know, take it day by day. But yeah, that's
So
a great group. Dolphin Nation
and,
305 on Facebook.
and lastly, you're going to the Philly game, right? The Phin-Vasion.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked. So yes, Philadelphia is basically home for me. And so we are having a big like Dolphin takeover in Philly, DC, and Baltimore this year. But Philly is like my baby because of it just being home. So I have not been to a Dolphin game in Philadelphia, which is weird, but you know, it is a dangerous place to go. So it's not like
Yeah,
I was trying to go.
I watched It's Always Sunny. I know the deal.
Yeah, and so we decided like the best way to do Philly is to do it is as a big group. And so I'm partnered with Miami Sports Music, so Stephen D,
Of
Ryan
course.
Keeling, and all of the local so Ryan Keeling is the involved with Valley Fanatics. And so all of the local like kind of northern fan clubs are, you know, getting together to, you know, do this Philly Phin-Vasion. So you can buy your tickets on tailgrader.com, and you can buy that for also for DC. So the FedEx takeover and the Baltimore beatdown. So all of those are on Tailgrader, and we're already doing the pre-sale. You know, as soon as the schedule came out, we dropped the info because we're like, we might as well just like get as many people on this as soon as possible. But what's nice about it is it's an exclusive tailgate, you know, just for Dolphin fans. So you're not going to have like, you know, Eagles fans getting in there causing riffraff and whatever. And then we have sections of the stadium that, you know, we've been able to secure through a ticket broker and get everybody to sit together. So, you know, it's your safest bet. So
and don't forget the dress code of orange.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because that was just something we recently decided upon. But yes, we're orange to Philly because we want the Dolphins fans to stand out, and our aqua is too close to their, you know, dark green, especially like both teams have white. So we wanted to do something like completely contrary. So it's going to be an orange out in Philly.
Yeah. So that's what's up. And again, once again, I'm also, so you know, I'm also on the Finn tailgate. So if you ever want to promote anything, because I'm on there on their Wednesdays, I do a panel. But if you ever want to promote something, I'll give you the link before I open up the panel so you can promote whatever you want. Cool. I'm on the Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm kind of busy myself. I'm loving every minute of it, man. And like I said, I think people don't realize this, but I'm gonna give you your flowers now, because I see in the pictures, I see everything that you've been doing, and I think I think you're one of the drops. I'm not saying you're the reason, but one of the drops of inspiration that I took, because at the end of the day, I see you're making memories for yourself. Because at the end of the day, before I started doing this, I felt like I was on a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like rinse, work, YouTube, sleep, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I needed to break free, and it's I would say you're one of the reasons that inspired me to do what I'm doing and taking the action, and I appreciate that. So
that is awesome. I'm very glad to hear that. You know, just keep grinding. Like, it's been a weird journey. Like, Dolphreaky's evolved so much like throughout the years, and I feel like now like I'm finally like where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, I like being like the resource person for the fans. Like, I like being able to put out the information and like have a following to like be able to like let people know where they can go to be with other Dolphin fans, and you know, do tailgates and like, you know, all the things that, you know, it's so much more than just watching the game on TV, you know, like there's just so much going on all the time, and there's off season, you know, events and all the time. Like, I like being able to share, you know, that kind of information. And if I inspired somebody to like do something, you know, outside the box, like a podcast, like that makes me really happy to know. So thank you.
And by the way, Chef, shout out to Chef.
There's Chef Jude. We were talking about you.
So any final thoughts before we head out? And I appreciate you again.
No, we talked about Beach Bash and everything. So if you guys want to follow, I mean, I'm sure a lot of these guys are already following, but at Dolphreaky on Instagram and Twitter. I've been a little bit, you know, slow on social media lately just because there's not like a whole lot going on. I don't really want to be redundant with my stuff. What's up, Chef?
Hey,
Where are you going? I don't know if you can hear us.
Can you hear me, Chef? You're chopping up.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's going
I'm on
on?
my way home. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, give me a second. Okay, give me a second. Take me out.
All
I'll be
right.
right back.
All right.
He is a busy man.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of the things that whenever I get a chance, I always like to try to promote.
Yes. Oh my God. He made the best cupcakes for me this year. He surprised me with like a whole box of cupcakes. Totally delicious.
Look at this.
Amazing. Oh, that
This
was
is
good.
art.
It was that
This is
Oreos. Oh.
that's artwork. I kept
Like,
I have a bunch, but I kept the ones that this is.
oh, that's so tempting. Here I am, like trying to work out a lot and like get ready for the season, like lose my football 20. And you're showing me pictures of cakes.
All right, Chef Jew.
Now he's safely pulled over.
We were talking about
I
how
gotta do something.
we were talking about how she was responsible for this
Oh, y'all can hear me
beautiful
now?
occasion. Yeah, we can hear you. She was beautiful. She was responsible for this beautiful occasion.
Yeah. I wish
So what's
we had
going
some
on,
of
Chef?
the videos to show.
Okay.
Oh, he's having bad reception.
Can you hear me?
Oh man, it was beautiful, and yeah, I think, bro, because I'm. Let me fix something. Yeah, I got bad reception. I got feedback. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back.
All right. Can you stay a few more minutes? You want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done many podcasts from my car. Never goes well. Like there was even one time when I was on with Stephen D. And he was like, come on, like, and I'm like, okay, I'm pulling over. I like set up in a park and it was just so bad. Like there was people coming in the background, like, what is she doing? And like, oh, never again. So like now I only do podcasts from here, or if I'm out, if I'm out at a game or whatever, like I'm happy to get on too.
Yeah, what I do is I just turn the camera off, because when you turn the camera off, I think
The voice, yeah. But here, like I have my better camera and everything, and like the lighting is better. But you're trying to do it like through your phone, it's not as good.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, he's back. Hold on. All right,
Okay,
we can hear you.
is it better?
Yeah,
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, because I probably was on the Chrome one because I was trying to find. I forgot to press it to the other one. My bad.
That's all right.
Okay, now y'all can hear me clearly, right?
Yeah. We're perfect.
Okay, there we go. No, that day, I owe so much to Dolphreaky. Like y'all don't understand how much I love this young lady. Like I've known Dolphreaky for like 3 years. During the pandemic, I remember 2020. That's when I finally met her. I went, and Dolphreaky, you remember? I remember getting out of the car. We were just going to training camp, and I see her, and I see Paris Love. That's my other shout to him. And I saw her, but we never met each other. So when I went out there to training camp, I just said, I went up to her, I said, hello, how you doing? She said, hi. So I said, I'm Chef Jew. Oh my gosh, I finally get to meet him. Like we finally got to meet each other. And ever since we've been great friends. She's like she's a sister to me. She's my best friend. Like if I need something, I'll reach out to her. It's times I just like hit her up just to see how she's doing, check on her and
You
the family.
do all the time. Like
And, yeah.
he's so sweet. He checks up on me like every other day or something. We talk. So, oh, I remember that day. Like, yeah. Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
That friendship. And then what's the crazy part? I didn't know she knew Stephen D. And then when he talked about, I'm like, wait a minute, this world too small.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's too small.
The dolphin world is small.
Yes, but we became all of us became great friends, and I could reach out to any of them, because when I would go to the games, I ain't really all I did was just go there, watch the activities and stuff. But then when I started seeing everyone that I see on YouTube being out there, it made me more special to be out there. I got to meet more friends and build relationships with a lot of people, and that could never be taken away from me. And just this season here, Oh my gosh, I am so excited to get back in my seats. Y'all don't understand.
I
Like,
do
and
understand. I do.
Dolphreaky, I don't think you know where I sit. I sit right across from y'all. You're in 129. I'm 132. So I'm not that far
Oh,
away from y'all.
well, yeah. So you're like 2 sections over.
I'm right
But
behind the end
yeah,
zone.
I'm in the aisle. I'm in the aisle between 129 and 126. So I
Mhm.
can't see you.
No, but I see you guys when y'all on the big screen. I say, "Yep, they're my friends. There they go." I
We
see
stay
y'all
repping. We stay repping.
always. Y'all see
And you
what I
know
got
what?
on?
Like,
I
I'm
Yep.
stay with
glad
this
that I was
all
able
day.
to do that for you. Like, I'm glad that, by like meeting you and stuff, like it helped you meet other people because there were
Mhm.
so many people who did that for me. So for me to be able to like pay that forward to you, like that makes me really happy. I'm glad that I could do that.
Yes, yes, and I'm just happy. I'm part. Of this family. I'm part of your family. Oh yeah, I'm part of the Dolphreaky security. So if
Yeah, that's
y'all
what's
get
up.
out of line, y'all disrespect her. Don't worry about her husband. Her husband trusts me enough to watch your back. So
Yeah.
be careful. I'm watching the comment sections too. So be careful.
That's
That's
what's
Uh,
up.
true. He does.
I'm on my security duty. So I hold that proudly and in a high standard. So, but no, but I'm looking forward to this season. I'm just want to give Dolphreaky her flowers. Like I was on what 2 weeks ago, Shake, or last week.
Yeah, last
I
week.
was on here, and he was like, "Dude, come on and chop it up with Dolphreaky." I said, "Sure, that's my sister. I love her. Yeah, I'll come on for her." But you guys, she's the most. I'm gonna tell you this about Dolphreaky. She's the most sweetest, lovable person you ever could know. Like, if you are having a bad day or anything, you could reach out to her with Facebook or Instagram. She will give you good advice and everything and
Mhm.
stuff like that. If you got any like ideas or anything that you can come up with and you can tell her if you want her help, she'll do her best, the best she can to help
Yeah.
her, to help you. So, and ever since, the wedding thing, I came up with the idea, she helped me. We always, ever since we've known each other, I always check up on her to see how she's doing. And if she knows I'm in the comment section stuff, she see a comment and somebody's being disrespectful, she gonna let me know and I'm gonna take care of it. So that's
Yeah.
how much she's special to me. Even Shake, everyone is special to me. Everyone that I know, I am that loyal to them
Yeah,
as much as
appreciate
they're
that.
loyal to me. And I never will backstab anybody because loyalty is important to me, And so, you know, just knowing her, like y'all don't understand. I met her husband. I haven't met I think I met the kids before. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I think I did. Maybe one time. One time I probably did. But her husband, excellent, cool dude. I love him. He's that wedding day he was just helpful. Hey, Julian, you need anything? You need, and I'm like, nah, I'm okay and stuff. And to me, just seeing how he treats her, you really gotta say he's the best husband because he goes out of his way for
Yeah,
her no matter what and
He
things like
really
that. So
does.
I
I
agree.
just want to give her flowers and everything. So I just want to come on for a moment before I
And by
pump
the way,
gas and everything. Hmm?
Chef Blue, whenever I ever have a bad day, I just
There you go. I know. I know.
Well, if you're
I
ever having a
know.
bad day, reach out, okay? Like, I'll try.
Mhm.
It's funny. Thank you, Chef, for everything you said. That's very, very sweet. And I do try to make myself approachable, and I do
Mhm.
try to get to all the DMs and all the messages and everything. I'm sorry that I'm slow at it. 'Cause it's
No,
getting
I
hard.
I know how to reach you, so I don't never have
Yes,
that
you
problem. I know how to
do.
reach
You
you.
have my number.
yeah.
Mhm.
But no,
Not
And
no.
do
not
not ask
everybody
me
does.
for it. Nobody do not ask
No,
me for it. No,
no.
you're not getting it. That's
Yeah,
if she didn't get this is me. If you give me your number, I'm the type of person where if you come and ask me, oh, can I get
no.
if they didn't give you permission, if they didn't give me permission to give it to you, don't bother asking because you're never gonna get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank
Well, at
So
you.
any
no.
rate, I could attest. Prior to this, I've never had any interactions with her. Of course, the first thing I did was I messaged her the video. The
Mhm.
video I did with Stephen D, so she knows it's legit, and I'm not just some creepy stalker. And
Mhm.
then I asked her, "Hey, Allie, I would love to have you on a guest. Just let me know." And we arranged the time, and here it is.
Here it
There you
is.
go.
I know. Sorry, I had to rearrange a little bit.
Because I gotta go.
All good.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and watch the video because I was doing something earlier. But I'm going to go back and watch it because I want to see everybody's videos and things like that. Like I really want to know how they became Dolphins and what would they love and their passion for this team and stuff like that. So
Now that's what I did, man.
it's and that's the thing. Shake, keep it going, man. This
Keep it
is going to
going.
be really good. And to be happy about it, we are part of the first season, which is special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh
So
my god, my face
and
hurts. You guys are making me smile so much. My like,
Hey,
my
yeah,
Because
cheeks
yeah.
are
I
there's
tell you what,
hurting.
you have a
something.
nice smile. You have a nice smile. So
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, because
And
I'm like, I love you guys. I love talking about the Dolphins, and I love
Mhm.
reminiscing on all the times. Oh,
See, I'm in Dolphin every day. I'm in Dolphin gear. I'm in the sweater. I have the Scully. Like they already know me at work. Like you always in your Dolphin. Say yes, I am. I said I'm always
yep.
in my Dolphin gear. I said I love this team. I love all my Florida team except one school I do not like. And Shake Money, you know who that is.
University of Miami, I know.
No,
Fucking FSU,
no,
I know.
no. I love that team. No, that's my
No,
school.
FSU. FSU.
FSU is I have. It's the reason why. It's the reason why. So I'll leave that alone.
All right,
Go
that's
back and watch my episode. You'll find out why.
So
Okay.
yeah,
But I ain't gonna be
by the
on
way,
too long.
yeah,
I ain't gonna be
I'm
on too long because I gotta get ready to go. I just
yeah,
wanted to give Dolphreaky her flowers. I will definitely see you, Dolphreaky, at Members Day because I won't be able to make it to the other days for training camp, but I will definitely be at Members Day. I'm not missing that one.
You're not coming to Beach Bash. Why not?
I have to miss it. You know why?
I know. You
I
have
have
too
to
much
miss it.
going on.
But
I
I
know.
would definitely because I kept telling you I was gonna come, but because now this guy in the way, I'm definitely going to be give you my word. I will be at the next one. Next year, I will definitely be there. No
I'm gonna be
excuses.
there. I'm gonna be there though this year.
I'm not missing that. And don't forget, ask me, are you bringing something? Like, I wouldn't mind bringing something. Shoot. Let's see. I wouldn't mind bringing some cupcakes. I wouldn't mind bringing some stuff y'all could taste from Chef Jude's. I don't know. I might make a chimichurri with some
Coño.
no, you never know what I might make. I might make skirt steak with some chimichurri. You never know what I might make.
Listen, I want some cupcakes for training camp. That's our reunion place.
Got it. Done deal. Already
Meet
done.
me in the parking lot with those cupcakes.
I'll meet you in the parking lot. We can't bring them inside because no, we're not doing that.
Wear
No.
your you got to wear your signature dolphin glasses.
Which
Yeah,
ones? The
white ones with the logos on the eyes.
Where is it? I just had it.
I think you wore it on the episode last
Oh,
week.
there you go. Yeah, I have two pairs. I keep one in the car and one in my bag. I need to get a bag anyway for the season because I have it's in the trunk. I have that little defense one. I take that with me. I take the flag. Yeah, I had that one we waved around when we played Steelers like my 5th or something year. That was in like 2016 when they gave us the little twirly things like a terrible towel version.
Yeah.
But I still have that. No, this is Dolphreaky. You know how long I've been a season ticket holder?
How long?
Makes it 10 years.
Really? Were you always in the same seats?
Oh no, I think my first 2 or 3 seasons I set up when they had it the 400 level.
Uh-huh.
I set up there. And I said, no, I need to sit down low because they was too rowdy up there. I'm sorry.
I heard.
So
I heard it gets rowdy.
They
up there.
rowdy. Like people will wave their shirt, swing their necks. I just thank God they didn't break it. But but I said, let me sit lower. And then ever since that day I sat lower, I never wanted to leave that section. Like I love it. People, even if I'm not at the games, you got people that sit right there. If somebody tries to sit there, they look like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sitting here. You can't sit there. Those seats are reserved. You can't sit there. They make sure nobody sits in my seat, even if I'm not there.
Yep.
So that makes me feel special. These are the glasses you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Those are my signature glasses.
Those are your signature glasses.
Yes, and I love those. And I got the other pair that the Dolphins gave me for the wedding. They got the little mini Dolphin logos on it.
Oh, I didn't know about these.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And I was like, these are my other pairs, so I'm never losing them. So, but I really am just, y'all don't understand how blessed I am just to have you all in my life and to share this moment with, fellow Dolphin fans and everything. And I'm just blessed. I'm just happy,
I feel that. yeah.
Actually, I
think
feel
it's-
blessed because I actually got Chef Drew on camera because not too many you don't see on too many places, man. So I feel special, bro.
Never, like never.
I'm a busy person, so I try to get on this because now Thursdays I have off, so now I'm able to have free time now, and then try to come up with more recipes because I'm coming up with a summertime menu. So I'm gonna try to get that going. As soon as I do it, I'm gonna make sure Shake, I got you, Dolphreaky, I got you. Share it if I can start doing it because I'm getting ready to start learning how to get those items shipped out very soon.
You let
That's
me
what's
know
up,
how
man.
I can support because I'm here for
I
it.
got you. Because it's something not this year. Me and Dolphreaky, you know what I'm talking about. It's something I want next year. And I know she's gonna help me get it. And she knows what I'm talking about.
Do
That's what's
I?
up.
Yeah. Remember the conversation we had a couple of months ago?
Okay, I'm gonna go back in the messages.
Uh-huh. No,
But whatever it is, yes, I
I'll
got
text
you.
it to you. I'll text it to you.
I got you.
But I ain't gonna hold you up. Go ahead. I
All
love
right.
you all. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Chef Drew.
Thank you,
fins
Chef.
up.
Love you.
All right. Dolphreaky, once again, I appreciate you coming on and supporting all Dolphins content creators. I think that as long as we're united, I think this is the best fan base out there, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And it's because of shows like this and like even just like the way that you patched him in, so that now this stuff gets me emotional because like there never used to be this sort of thing. Like there was never this connectivity that we have now with social media and everything. And like Dolphins fans like used to feel alone in the world. I know because like I grew up in Pennsylvania and I did not know any other Dolphin fans besides me and my dad. Here now in my town, there was Dolphins fans all over the place, so much so that now for the Philly takeover, the Lehigh Valley Club is going to bring 100 members down to the tailgate. And I'm
That's
like,
what's up.
this is what makes my heart warm, because for being alone for so long in the world, and now we feel so together. Like you can literally just jump on a podcast and talk Dolphins if you want to. Like, isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is.
So thank you for being here and doing this.
Okay, thank you. All right, Dolphreaky. I appreciate the time, and you have a good night. And hopefully, season 2, maybe. For sure. So
keep going, and if you need anything, let me know.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. And that was Dolphreaky. I hope you enjoyed this show as much as I did, getting to know people. I think this was an awesome experience. I said we got, I would say about 2 more months to go. We're halfway in May, June, and July. After July, I'm gonna do the last episode. I'm gonna be the one getting interviewed. So, of course, Crazy Dolphin. So Crazy Dolphin, he said he's gonna be in the blender. So anyway, y'all have a good night and be safe.